Okay, so we're going to, in this lesson, have a look at the very beginning of probability. So starting off with basic probability. The main things that you need to know are that probabilities can be written as decimals, fractions or percentages, and that they all add up to 1. These two are very important. Now, the probability of an event not happening would therefore be 1, take away the probability of it happening. So if I said that the probability of somebody passing a test was 0.4, then failing it, so not passing it, you would do 1 minus 0.4, which is 0.6. And you can see that these two things add up to make 1, okay? So you need to remember these very important things. So we're going to jump in straight to some examples. So if we look at this first question here, it says a bag contains 3 red, 4 blue and 7 green marbles. Terry takes a marble out of the bag at random. Write down the probability that the marble is blue. So we look at the list again, we can see that there are 4 blue marbles. The answer isn't 4 though, because don't forget, probabilities have to be written as decimals, fractions or percentages. In this question, it's going to be much easier to use it as a fraction because we're going to have 4 over the total of these things added together. So we're going to add up 3, add 4, add 7, which gives us 14. So the top of the fraction is what you want, which is blue, and the bottom of the fraction is the total, okay? And it will pretty much always be like this. So your final answer is 4 out of 14. And you get 1 mark for getting 4 over something, and the second mark for getting 14 at the bottom. Okay, let's look at the next one. It says there are 35 children on a school trip, 18 are girls. A student is chosen at random. What is the probability that the student is a boy? So if 18 are girls, then we know that whatever's left over is going to be how many boys there are. So we need to do 35 minus 18. And we get 17. So there are 17 boys. So the probability of choosing a boy would be 17 over the total, which you can see is 35. Okay, last question. The probability of it raining tomorrow is 0.35. What is the probability of it not raining tomorrow? So this is like we said in the key points. We would do 1 minus 0.35 and you get 0.65. So this time it's a decimal, not a fraction, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so those are the examples, so make sure you've understood those. And then move on to these questions that you can try on your own. And come back and check in to see if you've got them correct. Okay, so looking at this first section then, it says here are 10 letters. Waleed takes at random one of the letters. Write down the probability that he takes the letter C. So we need to look through the list and see how many C's there are. So there's 1, 2, 3 C's. Don't forget it has to be a fraction. And we need to see how many there are in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it says in the question as well, there are 10 in total. So 3 out of 10 is your answer there. This one, write down the probability he does not take a letter C. So again, we can do 1 minus 3/10. And you get 7/10. Because don't forget 1 is the same as saying 10/10, 1 whole. Or you can just count how many letters aren't C, and there are 7. So you get 7/10, and that is your answer for that one. Okay, last one. There are 9 white and 11 red beads in a bag. There are no other beads in the bag. Jim takes at random a bead. Write down the probability it will be white. So there are 9 white beads. Don't forget you have to have a fraction, and the total is going to be 9 add 11, which is 20, so 9 out of 20. And that's it. Okay, so make sure that you've got those corrected and written down, and then we're going to have a look at the worksheet, and you can come back here to find the worksheet answers. Okay, so you should have done this worksheet, and here you can mark your work. So it says Sue has a bag of 18 sweets, 5 are blue, 7 are red, 6 are green. Sue takes at random a sweet from the bag. Write down the probability it's a red sweet. So we've got 7 out of a total of 18, so 7/18. Does not take a green sweet, so that means it's going to be red or blue. So the probability of red is 7, blue is 5, add them together you get 12 out of 18. And with probability, you don't need to simplify the fraction, so you can leave it like this. Yellow sweet, well, none of them are yellow, are they? There aren't any yellow sweets, so that would be 0. Probability is 0. It's impossible. Okay, question 2. 29 in the class, 13 are girls, probability it's a boy. So first we need to work out how many boys there are by doing the total minus 13, and you get 16, so there are 16 boys. So as a probability, it'll be 16 out of a total of 29. Question 3, 6 plain chocolates, 8 milk and 10 white. Take at random a chocolate from the box, probability takes plain. So there are 6 plain. Over a total, we have to do 6, add 8, add 10, which is going to be 24. So 6 out of 24 is the final answer there. If you did simplify it, then you would get 3 over 8, but either of these is fine. 2 over 8, sorry. And you can simplify again to a quarter. Either of those is fine. Okay, last question. There are 30 sweets in the bag. The table shows the types of sweets. Write down the probability that the sweets are dark chocolate caramel. So dark chocolate, caramel, there's one of those. And we know the total, because it tells us in the question, is 30. So it's 1 out of 30. Probability that it's white chocolate. So it can be any of these. It can be strawberry, caramel or nuts. We're going to have to add these up. So 1 add 4 is 9. So this time it'll be 9 out of 30. And again, we don't need to simplify. So those are the answers to the worksheet. So now you can go ahead and do the exit card.